What's up, guys? This is Coach Mike with Gracie Baja Princeton. I hope everybody is doing well. Excuse me. It is January 22nd. We are above freezing, which is fantastic. It was like 50, high 50s this weekend. It felt like spring. I'm already back in shorts and flip-flops, so that's going well. Wanted to talk real quick about our promotion for the month. Right now, we are doing $0 registration enrollment fees, $0 for the uniform. That's over $300 in value, as well as giving you a 7-day money-back guarantee. So there are like pretty much zero excuses at this point if you've ever thought about trying jiu-jitsu. Come on in. We even do free trial classes. You don't have to sign up or sign over anything. Just come check it out. Meet us. We want to meet you. And also wanted to give you a peace of mind. If you do sign up, and then by like day 3, you wake up and you're like, these guys are crazy. I don't want to do this anymore. So you can run at that point. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you real quick before going into the discussion for today. So last Monday was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And all week in class with the kids and even the adults, we discussed equality, and the kids gave great answers. I think a lot of them, thankfully, are being taught this in school and what it means and the importance of treating every human on this planet equally. They're born with that right. They should be born with that right to be treated equally. Unfortunately, they're not. There's a lot of reasons why, and it's unfortunate. But the reality is, we're all human, and we should all be treated the same way. Nobody's better, nobody's worse, especially not because they have more, melatonin or pigmentation in their skin. Like, it's the stupidest thing in the entire world. So, but going into that, I think, now more than ever in our current events, there's just so much fear and hate, and it's awful. It's brutal. We feel like every day this country's becoming more and more divisive. And, I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, you know what, that's BS. That's total BS. And here's what I mean. It's in my own personal opinion that most humans, most of them, because there are some that are terrible people, are born with wanting to love one another, accept one another, and support one another. And here's where I think and why Jiu-Jitsu proves that. So we're in Mercer County, New Jersey. And Mercer County, New Jersey is, as you know, if you live here, a very unique county in that it's very diverse. We have, on one end, we have Princeton, where the socioeconomic status is probably one of the highest in the country. And then we have Trenton, where the socioeconomic status is probably one of the lowest in the country. And then you have everyone in between. And so when I first started training in Jiu-Jitsu, about 7 years ago, I trained at Professor Ricardo Almeida's, which was in Hamilton, which was kind of right in between the two areas of the county. And so very diverse population. And you would think all these people from all these diverse backgrounds coming into this one location where you're learning to choke each other, break each other's arms, whatever you would want to call it theoretically, you would think that this is like a recipe for violence. You would think that this is a place where you might see racism and anti-Semitism and hate and people just not seeing eye to eye. And the absolute coolest thing happens, and that is the exact opposite happens. What you see on the mats is nothing short of a utopia. It's nothing short of complete and utter bliss and joy and brotherhood and sisterhood and people being and becoming best friends for life. And I'm not making this up. I'm not exaggerating. And I'm sure there's other schools out there that see this. Part of that is the culture, and that's the leader and Professor Almeida making sure that's the culture that we had. But the reality is Jiu-Jitsu, and why it does this, in my opinion, is that it brings all these people together who have this common love, who want to try Jiu-Jitsu, who are just, for whatever reason, driven towards that. So you have this bond right away that we share, this common ground. And then it forces you to get really intimate with other people. It forces you to physically interact with other people. It forces you to trust your partners, to learn to work together. And any sense of hate or fear is just completely blown away by this concept, because you get to know one another, you get to trust one another, and you realize at the end of the day, we're all the exact same. We are all the same. We're all human. And so once that stuff gets thrown away, you have nothing but brotherly and sisterly love and support and just overall awesomeness. And, you know, I wish that this was the same outside of the mats. Certainly the people that get to know each other on the mats interact the same way outside the mats. And I think you get a greater sense and understanding that all that we see out there around us in terms of racism, in terms of sexism and anti-Semitism and everything else is for lack of knowledge. It's fear, it's hate, I get it. But really that's where Jiu-Jitsu proves everything wrong. And it's the most beautiful thing. It's one of the greatest life lessons that I've learned. And I want everybody else to learn. So I'm not just trying to sell you to come to Jiu-Jitsu. I'm trying to tell you and show you there are some incredibly deep and poignant life lessons that you get to learn on the mats, intentional or not. And this was one of them that to me has affected me more than anything. So I'm going long here. I apologize. This is like a 7-minute video already. But it's an incredibly important topic. And for me, that's why and how Jiu-Jitsu proves that we're all innately good people. We want to love and support. And, you know, there are things that divide us, unfortunately, in this country. But I know at the core of all of us that we're good people and that we want to love and we want to help each other. And to me, Jiu-Jitsu is one of those things that proves all that wrong. And I want everybody else to experience it because it's a beautiful, amazing thing. So again, I hope everybody has a great week. I hope you spend time with your loved ones and that you're feeling good and healthy and everything else. And I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.